guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome. My name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. I have another declutter. I did a blush declutter not too long ago. As I'm filming this, it's going up like on Monday. I'm filming this on Saturday. And I knew I had more highlighters than I have been seeing in my collection. And then I remembered I had an entire container of stuff that I was going to declutter. I've sorted through that now. And so today I'm going to do all of my highlighters plus some blushes and bronzers that were also in there. Kind of, you know, the opposite of the blush with a couple bronzers and a couple highlighters declutter that we just saw. But I also have a nail polish declutter that will be coming at some point. There's still a few nail polishes I want to try out and see how I like them. I also have perfume, not in the way that people want, but in my subscriptions. And so I have that. I'm not sure when I will get around to that one. Because once again, still testing out fragrances, still trying to wear them, see if I can even stand to wear them for 15 minutes to an hour. If I can't, then I'm like scrubbing. There's been a few that I've scrubbed off and had to like scrub multiple times. So those are also coming. That was a lot of talking. If you haven't already subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you've tried any of these, what your thoughts and opinions are down below as well. Now I looked at some of these and went, why am I decluttering those, especially the highlighters? I'm not going to second guess. You might hear me second guess, but I know I've tried all of these on my skin at one point and either didn't like the way that it laid on my skin, didn't like the shade on me, or something. So these are all ones that did not perform well for me, for my very pale complexion. Some of them, it's pretty obvious, but they just didn't work for me. And I have oily combo skin. First up, let's do bronzers. So first up, I have my Clinique Chubby Stick. This is in the shade 01 Curvy Contour. I thought it said crunchy for a second. So that's the shade. I can try to blend it out just a little bit. So I think it's just a little too warm. I don't really like super warm on me. I also have a Bare Minerals. This is in Warmth. And ooh, there's not expecting that to be in there, but easy to kind of swatch. There you go. That's that one. Just not for me. I also have my Too Faced Sun Bunny, and that's what it looks like. It's a duo, and we're just going to ignore the cars, and that's what that one looks like. So they're just not the best shades for me personally. I don't love how they look. I don't mind the middle one actually that much, but I don't think it looks good when I put it on my skin. It's been a long time since I've worn that one. I don't think that is one that I tested out again. I just was like, oh, let's get this one out. Moving on to blushes, I'm going to try to do like 8 per hand before I wash it off. So you're going to get some blushes mixed in with the bronzers. Sorry. So I have this Milk makeup. This is the Lip and Cheek in Perk. I don't really love this formula from Milk. I just don't love this at all. So that's what it looks like blended out. It's very, very pale. I think that's part of the reason. I just not a big fan of it. I also have one of my Stilas. This is in Peony. This one is super old. It has a major pan in it though. I never really liked this. Like, this is not a formula that I like, which is why it is being decluttered. But I did get a lot of use out. I mean, look at that. I should probably put that one in my trash, in my empties instead, but not going to. I also have this other one from Stila. This is in Lilium. Same thing. Let's see if I can open it. My fingers have swatches. I've used it quite a bit, but this one probably I won't pass along. These last two. That's what it looks like. The color itself is pretty. I don't like cream blushes like this. I'm not a big cream blush fan in the first place, but yeah, definitely not that. And then I have one more cream blush from Basic Beauty. This is in the shade, it's October 3rd. Oh, what an amazing name. Like, that is the perfect name, in all honesty. This is a very different, it doesn't feel as sticky. It feels very lightweight. That's what it looks like. I did double swatch it because it's pretty darn light, but yeah, those ones are all gone. Moving on, we have Studio Makeup. This is the Luminous Loose Blush. That's all it says. Ooh, that was a crazy. All right, so there we go. Sorry, I get distracted by all the noise from cars. So we're gonna blow it off a little bit because it was a little hard to get out, but that's what it looks like. I don't think I liked the color on me. I'm not the biggest loose powder fan either. I have been trying to use up a couple of the Bare Mineral fragrances, blushes that I have. And so just, let's get them all out. DLS blush, this is in Kitty Pink. It is a very pale, peachy pink. And I think that's why I have decided that it's a powdery one too, that this shade of blush does not look the best on me. And if I don't have at least some blush, I look a little dead after I get my foundation on and concealer and everything. So I do like a little bit of color on my cheeks, because otherwise I'm like, oh my gosh, I look like I'm sleep deprived, like zombie type of a person. Next one we have from Revlon. This is Rose Glow, and it's one I'm just going to swatch back and forth, but that's what the compact looks like. And can you even see that? Barely. It's there. It's there. It's almost like a highlighter, but it is supposed to be, oh, it is a highlighter. Well, it's not very shimmery. So bad. I'm counting it as a blush because it looks like a blush. Next up we have from Sugar. This is the Contour de Force Mini Blush in Peach Pink. And that's what it looks like. These peaches don't look as good on me as more pinky shades, so I have been going more towards pinks lately than peaches, which is crazy because Papa Don't Peach used to be like my favorite blush. All right, next up we have Pixie by Petra. This is the shade Peach Honey, and it's one of those duos. This is way more of a highlighter to me, even though it's supposed to be a blush, but yeah, it looks like a highlighter. Catches the light like a highlighter. Not a good shade for me if it is a highlighter, but yeah, we have that one. We also have a color pop. This is Meteorite with a question mark. It's a pressed powder blush. It's from the She's Got Solstice palette. That collection, that's what I was trying to say. A lot of these are a little more powdery. I mean, I'm not picking up as much with a brush anyway, but that one's what it looks like. It's just a little too dark browny shade. Too light for me. I got this on Tuesday morning. I missed Tuesday morning so much. This was $2.66. This is a Maybelline Fit Me. Light pink is the shade 104. I have another one of these that I'm currently working on. Not this shade, but a slightly darker shade. And I mean, it's so pale. I currently am working on for work, and that's what it looks like. Can you see that? I don't think you can see that. I can barely see it in person, and look at how pale I am. So you need to be very, very pale for that one. And then I have an Estee Lauder. This is the shade Nude Rose. It's a tender blush, and this came in one of those little, sets that they have at like the free gift. That's what it looks like. It's so pale. We're gonna double swatch this one. It's still so pale. It's better than the other one though. Like you can see it a little bit more in contrast, but yeah, none of these are, I mean, even you can see on my hand, they're not working. Next up we have from Phase Zero. This is Cotton Candy Blusher. It's a blusher, so that sounds very British. It does kind of look like cotton candy. It's a pretty color. I just don't think it looked the best on me. So it's so pale. I don't know. There's a lot of very pale shades. I might have blush blindness. It could be that. Bobbi Brown. This is Nude Peach. Yeah, I can't believe I'm getting rid of Bobbi Brown either, to be honest. But I just don't think this shade works for me. Once again, it has a little bit more color, but it's still pretty darn pale. I also have a Misho Beauty. A lot of these I got, especially this size, in like subscription boxes. There we go. This one is a little bit, has a little bit more presence. I just don't think it's the right tone for me. That's what it looks like. It's actually pretty nice. I must not have liked the formula. Maybe it went on too much and it was hard to blend. That could be it, because that's one of the things that I don't like either. We have from Mally, this is the Perfect Peach Effortlessly Airbrushed Blush. Is Mally still around? I haven't heard from Mally in forever, honestly. Yeah, just a little too peachy orange, but that's what that one looks like. And I have one more blush. The last blush I have is from Lorac. This is Aura, A-U-R-A. It's a pretty shade too. I think it was just a little too muted for me. Ooh, nope. It's too much. Never mind. That is, dang. I was not expecting that much from this one. Okay, well that's why that one was decluttered. So one lid down of blushes and bronzers. We got another lid. These are all liquids. I don't know if I'm going to be able to swatch all of these. Well, we're going to try. But I do have a lot of liquids and creams in here. So first up we have from Benefit. This is Girl Meets Pearl. This is this weird one, and it does have like the little cap that I kept with it. Let's see. It's just a weird formula. It's more, I feel like it's more like the Charlotte Tilbury wand, like, you know what I'm talking about? I've never had it, but I've heard people talk about it. Like, it's more something you put on as a primer almost. That's kind of what I'm feeling with that one. So it's pretty, but it's just not the type of thing that I reach for when I'm looking for a highlighter. And then I have two Beccas. These are similar shades. So these are the Shimmering Skin Perfector. I have it in the shade Moonstone, and then I also have it in Opal. And I think Opal is just too dark for me. We'll do a little bit right there, and then kind of blend it out. If you can see, ooh, that is, it looks very pretty, but once again, I don't use a lot of liquid highlighters. And then this one is Moonstone. Ooh, this one came out more. Ooh. So to have a liquid highlighter that I really like, it needs to be doing something pretty special and is easy to work with. I don't feel like a lot of liquid blushes or liquid highlighters are, at least for me, just my makeup preferences. I have another number 7 Skin Illuminator. And this does not tell me what shade it is in. Ooh, that is bubbling out. Love it when they do that. Okay, let's wipe a little bit of this away because that is too much. There we go. That's a little better. And it's kind of like that pearl one too. Like there's a little bit there, but it's not really there. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to continue with the liquids because this seems like a good plan. I have the Better Glow from Physicians Formula. This is new. This is in Glow. I got this in my Walmart, and I was trying to use this as a primer. No, it didn't work well as a primer. I thought, oh, it will work, and I could use it kind of like I was saying with the Charlotte Tilbury that people use. No, that was a no for me. Did not work that way for me. So I'm decluttering it. I also have this Grande Glow Plumping Liquid Highlighter in Gilded Rose. This is just a little too dark for me. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I did pull it out. Wow, that is so dark. Yeah, way too dark for me. You can tell that immediately, even compared to the Opal, which was a little dark. That's the one next to it. But yeah, a little too dark for me. And then we also have this Do You, which I've never heard of this brand. It's Claire. And what does this one look like? Okay, not as bad of color. It's a very pale shade. There we go. Blend that one out. Ooh, that feels a little sticky. I don't like that feeling. It's pretty, but it does feel sticky, which is not something I particularly enjoy. Well, finish my 8 with this one. This is Temptu and Boxycharm. Ooh, this one's going to be trash. I don't remember it sounding like that before. So there we go. That's what it looks like. Ew. No, that's too much. No. Yeah, that one's going too. Okay, next up we have from Josie Maran. This one also needs to be shaken. That seems to be solid. We're gonna try a pump. We'll see what happens. Well, it pumped out fine. That's a lot though. No. That's what that one looks like. Nope, that was not a fun one. Why do I have? Okay. So there's that one. I also have this guy, which I've never opened this portion of it. I just checked. So I'm just going to swatch this. This is the Wander Catch the Light highlighter and Glotion. I think I just used the highlighter part of it. And so that's all I'm going to show you right now because I don't want to open the other part of it. That's actually kind of pretty, but it's a little dark for my skin. It's a little stickier than I like as well. I have two compacts or cushions. This one is this is in the shade Glinting Buff. Interesting shade name. So that's what it looks like inside. You have the little egg shaped, and then if I'm going to go like this, it's giving nothing. I mean, there's kind of a hint of something here, but it is so, it just looks like I kind of put water on my hand down here. So yeah, there's that one. And then I have a Wet n Wild one, and this is in the shade Who's the Pearl? Who's that pearl? There you go. Who's that pearl? And then it does have a little like a little sponge, and then you pull this. Well, that was helpful. I pulled that the thing to help you pull it off, just pulled it all the way off. I think this one is dried out. Yeah, it's dried out. So this one is another one going to be trashed. The other one, at least I could feel like it had something. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. Yeah, there's a little bit there. It's not like a lot, but there's still a little bit of, it feels like it's in there. Last few are sticks. So we'll start with the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Cooling Glow Stick and the shade, well, it doesn't really say. Oh, it says on the top, So Guilty. Guilty as in guilt, and that's what it looks like. It is pretty, but like we've kind of established, I don't love these. I also have from Trestique, this is the mini highlighter stick, and it does not tell me a specific shade, but that's pretty. It has more of a pink shift to it. I don't mind that one. Not second guessing myself, not second guessing myself. I have a Fenty beauty stick. This one is in confetti. It's purple. That's why. It just, purple is not like the most practical pretty color. Oh, that's so pretty. I love shimmery pretty purple things, but maybe not as a highlighter. And then Merit Beauty did send me this one. I tried several of the products that they sent my way, and this is the, what is this? The Day Glow Stick and Kava. And ooh, that looks like it's sweating, and it's just like that. That's kind of pretty, but it looks more of a sweaty kind of a highlight rather than like metallic, if that makes sense. But there you go, liquids, highlights, or liquid sticks. That second lid is done. Third and final lid, but then we have a box too. We're going to start with the big one on the back, which is Revolution Beauty. And this is the Skin Kiss and in the shade Dream Kiss. And it is a crazy highlighter that's all many different colors. I'm going to swirl it. It's very pretty, like very pretty to look at, all those different colors. So that's what it looks like. It's just a little bit kind of like the purple, not really a practical color, not something that I'm going to reach for on the regular. I have Candy Cane Heart. I bought a whole set of these from Revolution. This is one of their baked highlighters, and it's one that you can swirl. It's just honestly too, like, look at that as a highlighter. It's more of a blush, honestly, when you get it like this, but there we go. We blended it out a little bit. It's it's so fun to look at. I also have Apple Cinnamon Heart, and this is what it looks like. Once again, just not the right shade for me. This one is very gold. You can see that candy cane, and that one just, whoo, not the best shade either. Let's do one more from the drugstore. This is number 7. This is the Shimmer Palette in Rose, which I think is supposed to kind of mimic the Bobbi Brown ones. And I do have a Bobbi Brown highlighter, not one of the stacky ones, but it's very pretty. I just think this is not the shade for me. Yeah, it's more of a blush shade for me, but it is so pretty. And I hope somebody can use this one, because I do think it is. It's okay. It's okay. Dropped it, but it's okay. Thank goodness. I hope somebody can use it, because I think it is very pretty. That's what I was trying to say. Let's look at some Ofras. First up, we have this guy. This is the Ofra and Nikkietutorials highlighter Everglow, sorry. And this one, you know, you got those 3 shades in there, and when you get them all together, it's just too much. And I'm not the type of person that's just going to use one shade and try to be careful, because I'm like, whoosh, usually when I'm using my highlighter, so that one's going to go. This one is just too dark as well. This is Blissful from Ofra. I got a lot of these either like during Ulta's 21 days deal. Yeah, see, that one is just too dark too. The Ofra, or the Nikkietutorials, is just a little bit pinker almost, but they're both there. And then I have the iconic Rodeo Drive. This one was also, I wanted to use these, and I honestly was using some of these, and I don't think they probably looked the best on me when I was out and about, but you know, you get excited about shimmery, pretty stuff, and you go a little overboard. So there's those. Next up, we have from Milani. This is a Hypnotic Lights Beaming Light highlighter. This is so pretty. It's just kind of the same as the Fenty, just that purple shade does not work so well. And I don't do a lot of like crazy looks. I'm not going out or doing stuff that I would wear them. Nude Wear from Physicians Formula. This one is pretty. I love the book. I think it's very cute. This isn't, oh, and it has a mirror on the back. I don't remember if it had a brush or not. If it did, I got rid of the brush. And why didn't I like this one? Because it's not shimmery enough. It's more, it's almost, it's not quite a matte one, but it is, I don't know, I want something a little bit more, has a little bit more of a pow. And I think that's why I also got rid of Moonlight from CoverFX. And I didn't realize how shiny that one was. There you go. That's what it looks like. And yeah, they're kind of similar. You can see the remnants on my hand. It's more of a matte kind of highlight there. Patrick Starr collaboration with MAC. This is the Hot and Heavy Face Powder, which I tried to use as a bronzer. It did not work as a bronzer, unfortunately, but there you go. It's just a little too dark for a highlighter, not quite dark enough for a bronzer, or I would have used it as a bronzer. And we'll do one more, and this is from Illamasqua. This is the Beyond Powder Highlighter in Deity, and this one is like this crazy like white shift, and look at that. It's cool. It's just not really like, it has that greenish tint almost to it, and it's just, it didn't quite work on my skin. Although this is one that when I saw it in here, I was like, ooh, do I really? And then I was like, don't second guess. Don't second guess yourself. I have a few from Lancome. So we have this guy. This is the Bronze and Glow O2 Your Pink Glow Shot. And it's kind of like everything in one, but it is not really the blush, the bronzer, everything doesn't really work. So I tried to swirl it around. I didn't like them separately. I didn't really like them together. So that's what it looks like together. It's just, it's not that shimmery. It's not like the one I'm wearing today. It does have that shimmer to it. I love that shimmer. I'm a sucker for that shimmer. Lancome, this is the Glow Subtle Rose Gold Lights. It's a silky cream highlight. I got one of these many years ago in a, oh, that's so soft. It's reminds me of Super Shock, but kind of before they went into face products. That's how old this is. I got this in a Sephora favorite set of highlighters and I loved it. So then I bought the other colors, and obviously this is not a highlight color for me. It's way too dark, but it is so nice and it's so much softer. The one I'm using is a little on the old side, but it's pretty. Then I have this dual finish highlighter in rose gold as well, and oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I thought this was an eyeshadow, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh no, not an eyeshadow, so I got to put it in with my highlighter, Declutter. It's very similar in nature, but I like this one better in terms of formula and stuff. There you go. Now you can kind of see them. So there's those. I also have one from Lorac. This is a baked highlighter in French vanilla. I think this one is just too, like, it is more of like a highlighter instead of a highlighter like with shimmer. Yeah, it's kind of blended out and it's just more of a matte highlighter, which is, I want shimmer. I want pretty. Okay, we got this Beauty Creations and Annette 69. It's a highlighter and it is very dark. It's not really my shade. Did I get this in the Chic beauty box? I feel like that must have been where I got it. It's just not quite the shade for me. It's a little too dark toned, but it's very pretty. I also picked up a Persona blush or highlighter. This is in the shade Zuma. I feel like I got this at the 21 Days of Beauty. Oh, that's very pretty. I love all of these. Like, if I could just cover myself in shimmer, I probably would, even though the shades don't work for me and I shouldn't be looking at them, but I love shimmer. I just love shimmer. Josie, Maran, we have, that's very shiny, sorry. This is the Argan Enlightenment Illuminizing Veil. It doesn't say the shade. I'm trying to open it. That's what it looks like. It's a little bit more of one of those not really shimmery type ones. You can't even see that, can you? It's almost, there you go. Yeah, not the best. And then we have a KVD. This is the Metal Crush, and this is the Gold School. I think this might have been for the 10th anniversary that they did the collection. It's crazy. Just doesn't look good on me, but it's beautiful. I should probably use it as a not hairspray. I could use that as an eyeshadow, not a hairspray. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's a little too much. And I'm not good at that. Like, in theory, yeah, I could do a lot of things with these, but I'm kind of a traditionalist. I'm not the makeup maven. Becca, this is the Own Your Light highlighter, and I loved Becca highlighters. I bought so many of them. They did not all work for my skin tone, obviously. Like, look at this one, is quite dark. Come on, there you go. I also have this other one. This is the Amethyst Flashes Geode. These ones I was searching for, trying to get. This one is obviously way too dark for me as well, and even darker than the other one, but so pretty. Look at that purple shift in there. Very pretty, just not practical for me. I have some Wet n Wild ones. We're going to start with the Gold Bar. Remember when these were, everybody was trying to get them, and then they came out with like 3 of them the next year? This is Baby It's Rose Gold Outside. This was the darker one. I don't know why. I was like, I want all of them, because it's kind of stupid, but there you go. This one is way too dark for me. If it wasn't so shimmery, I could use it as a bronzer, but it would be a very orange bronzer. And then I was obsessed with Wet n Wild highlights for a while, and I got the Unicorn Glow Rainbow highlighter. Why? How do you open this? There you go. There we go. That's what it looks like. It's kind of crazy one. You can make it do different shifts, but honestly, it's not me. What was I thinking? Okay, got some more Wet n Wild. These came out at Valentine's Day one year, and I was so excited to get them. This was the shade Lilac to Reality. Like, This is what happens when you get into YouTube and you get really excited about everything, and then you're like, these just are too much. We got another one. This is Precious Petals. I think I have multiples of this one, and that's why I was like, wait, I already have this. I don't need more than one of it. It's pretty. It's slightly too dark, but not, I could make it work. Then we have Purple Ashes, which was one of the Halloween ones. It has the skull on it. Don't want to counter mix them. This one is a different formula. This one feels a little bit more creamy, a little bit more difficult to work with. And then finally we have Halo Walkers. This was kind of their dragon Game of Thrones inspired collection. That's what I was trying to say. And it does have like little dragons on it. If you look closely in that snowflake. And this was called, oh, Halo Walkers. That's what it was called. So that's what it looks like. Blue. It's blue. It's very, very blue. That purple is kind of cool, but not necessarily for a highlighter. But those are the Wet n Wilds. Next up, we have some from Maybelline. And I really liked the Master Chrome. And I went a little crazy. Got too many of them that didn't all match my skin tone, but they were really good. So this one is Molten Rose Gold. Just too dark. It's so pretty. You can tell that I like actually was using some of these, which I'm looking at, I'm like, just a little too much, just a little too much. We also had the shade Molten Gold, which is shade 1. There's one, I think the original one was the one that worked best for me. Like, look at that. Way too dark. Way too dark. And then the last one was the Puma collection. This is Knockout. It's so pretty. It reminds me kind of the rose gold one, just maybe slightly, just a slight difference, not too much at all, that top and that middle. So I have those. I also have one from JCat. This one is just glitter everywhere. This is Pink Goddess. And not, just too much. It has like so much fallout. That's why I didn't like it. Okay, next up we have from Essence. This is Glow Like a Mermaid. So we're doing some of the, I think I got this one in Salem when I was visiting my aunt. We're doing some of the drugstore. So that's what it looks like. It's more of a subtle glow. And that's why I didn't love it. It didn't have enough bling for me. Then we have the Master Fairy Highlight from Maybelline. Should have done this one on the other swatch, I guess. But it's a weird color story with the different ones. It actually looks kind of pretty, but it looks a little weird on the skin, not gonna lie. We have the Catrice Highlighting Powder in the shade Champagne Campaign. And this one is just very light. There you go. That's what it's more of a subtle one. You know, I don't love those. And then I have one more. This is City Color. This is the Glow Pro Stellar and Nebula. Very blue. Very blue. I think this is a drugstore. I'm trying to... Ooh, that is very blue. It's so pretty. Very pretty, but very like, whoa, in your face. I have 9 left, so we're going to try to swatch them still all on my hand. First up, we have Winky Luxe. This is Charm. It's a holographic highlighter, and it's just a little guy. It doesn't look too special, but it's supposed to be holographic. I think it's fine. Not my favorite. Not my favorite at all. We have the Willpower. This is supposed to be a blush. But I put it in with the highlighters because, I mean, look at that. That does not look like a blush. Does that look like a blush? No, that looks like a highlighter. It's actually really pretty. But still, no, we're not second guessing. We are not second guessing. We have from Floss. This is Sunlit Highlighter. Is Floss still around? That kind of reminds me of that Lancome one too, which is almost like a Super Shock. Don't love it, but kind of pretty. We have from Shaina B. This is the highlighter in Guava Glow, and that's just too dark. I can see that already. That's almost more of a blush, which is funny that the other one, this This one was considered a blush in this one. I mean, I guess, but yeah. Then we have from Wander Beauty, this is the After Hours highlighter, Wondrous Glow. Oh, that's pretty. And we'll swatch that. We're going to swatch this one right here in the middle. That is very pretty. Why am I getting rid of that one again? Oh, I have another essence. This is the Pure Nude highlighter in Popping Champagne. So slightly different. Ooh, that one looks way more, like it has a lot more presence. Yeah, that has a lot more presence. Too dark, but a lot more presence. Then we have from Lorac. This is the Ladies Who Brunch or Lunch or something. This is Limelight. There was 2 blushes, a pink and a purple, and then there was the blue highlight. And I wanted them all. And yeah, is that not really a color for me for highlight. Then we have Nabla. This is the Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder in Privilege. I bought several of these from Ulta's 21 Days, and I was just trying to figure out which shade would be best because these were like online only, so hard to tell what color to get, but actually not too bad when I'm looking at it in the monitor. That's actually kind of works. You can't even see it, can you? There you go. Very, very, very subtle there. Last one is from Artist Couture. This is Gold Digger. It's a diamond glow powder. And ooh, that's what it looks like. Wow, that has a lot of sheen to it. Oh, that's pretty. Don't double guess yourself, Aiden. There's a couple of them that I really want to double guess myself on because they're very pretty. Let's wipe all of that off. So all together, I decluttered 3 bronzers, 17 blushes, 45 like non-liquid or stick highlighters, and 16 stick or liquid highlighters. That's crazy. That's so many. That's over 50 highlighters decluttered. This was a very long video. Hopefully I can cut it down through editing. Let me know if you have any of these. Let me know if there's any highlighters you think I would like based on, like, I like Glow. This is, I can't remember which MAC it is, but it's a beautiful MAC and I've been wearing it. I've also really been enjoying the Give highlighter, the very light one. I've been using that. I have a Jaclyn Hill that I bought. It was like a mini that I got Ulta 21 Days, and I really like it, but I'm not a Jaclyn fan. I just was like, oh, that looks interesting. I want to try it. So I did. And then what else? Oh, and the other Lancome, I've been trying to pan that one and get rid of it, but it's a little bit difficult. It's not quite the right shade for me, but it also has a big pan in it. So I'm like, let's try to finish it. It's not as soft as that one. I forgot how good it was in the beginning. Anyway, let me know if there's any other highlighters you think I should try. Those are just ones I'm using. I need to do a highlighter collection. I'm hoping to get that, to do that maybe over Christmas. Maybe might have to wait till May. I don't know what's going to happen with my life. There's a lot going on. Anyway, let me know how you are doing. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.